Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And welcome back to our post-match reaction to Liverpool's 2-1 defeat against Manchester United at Old Trafford in what was a spineless and backwards performance from the Reds tonight. Of course, if anyone is watching live, then of course my mood is going to be very, very down. It's been down for about an hour. I say an hour, it's been down for about 3 hours from the start of that football game. It was absolutely shite. And of course, we'll speak a little bit about it. Tonight's video, it won't be long. Tonight's episode, anyway, of course, it is 11 o'clock as I am recording this right now, of course, when we are live. But again, I will be live tomorrow at 9 p.m. As well, anyway. But guys, if you're new around here, viewing us for the first time, before I do have my little rant, then please feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe as well if you're new around here. And as well, if you're viewing us as well, then please leave a like on the video. And, just let me know how you lot are feeling in the comment section down below, because to me, guys, I am fuming. I'm close to tears because it's that bad. It's that bad to just what's happened? What's happened to this Liverpool team? What's happened to our midfield? What's happened to the defence? To Virgil van Dijk? To Trent Alexander-Arnold? What's happened? Like, it's honestly so infuriating. And each and every single player tonight, apart from two players, in my opinion, again, tonight, were absolutely spineless again tonight. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below as well. Absolutely spineless display from us. Yes, it was Doug, 100%. I'm gonna come with ranting comments as well. Zane, let me know, my friends. I to be honest with you, I don't blame you tonight. It was shocking, wasn't it? It was shocking from minute one. And look, you know what? Fair play out to Man United on the pitch. I won't say off the pitch because look, their crowd was disgusting tonight by all the things they were chanting and so on. But again, you would think that Manchester United were the team that had gone and done amazing things over the last 5 years, and Liverpool were the team that was currently struggling with a new manager and so on. It was shocking tonight, and we will talk about individuals as well at a wank corner as well from Gary. Evening. Actual performance, what's going on? I don't know, Chris. To be awfully honest, though, I do not know. Big up Connor, mate. That was a joke tonight as well. John, I did see your WhatsApp yesterday. Apologies, I haven't replied back to it. Been a bit busy, so apologies for that, John. But glad to see you in the chat, my friend, as well. Our best players were 19-year-old Carvalho and Elliott. Yeah, I would agree. I'd even throw Luis Diaz in there as well for just trying something. I do you know what? It infuriates me, right? And we'll talk a little bit about it in a minute after I've read a couple of your comments. But you know what? There's so many players in this club that just infuriate me, absolutely infuriate me. At least you are on the channel tomorrow. We can discuss it even more. Yeah, absolutely. I will be on Doug's channel tomorrow as well. Only positive, my chicken dinner was was nice, says Chris. To be fair, that's the first smile I've had in a couple of hours. Liverpool will stay bottom for a while, says Gary. Again, it's shocking. And look, we'll talk about their first goal a little bit as well. You know, United had the perfect game plan against Liverpool. It was counter attack. For some reason, we can't defend counter attack in football anymore. Don't know what's happened, and so on. And the first goal as well. I'd like to give special shout outs to both Trent Alexander-Arnold and Virgil van Dijk. What the fuck are you doing? The two of them. What are they doing? Trent lackadaisical, gets passed around too easy. The ball comes in the middle of the box for Jadon Sancho. And I've seen plenty of people go on about, James Milner. Why is he throwing himself on the floor? He's trying to block the ball. And at the end of the day, Virgil van Dijk is just stood there. He stood there with his hands behind his back, just lackadaisical and just allows Jadon Sancho the angle to go and score. And for me, just close him down. That's the first thing you learn about a defender is go and close down your man instead of just standing there. Like, what on earth are you doing, Virgil? Like, for me, it was Virgil van Dijk's worst performance in the Liverpool shirt for me tonight. It was the absolute worst, just worst. performance in Liverpool shirt, and it was for many of them as well. Again, it's just so infuriating and so frustrating, the fact that we've got the best defender in the world, and he just has a performance like this, and it's rare. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's very rare for Virgil to have a very very bad game, but it's the lackadaisical aspect of it. Go and close your man. You've got James Milner that's on the floor. Don't just stand there and try and close an angle. Ali's already tried to dive once and get it, and that's for me the big problem with Liverpool at the minute. We're awfully relying on Alisson Becker to save us 1,000 times. We mentioned it last season as well, how Liverpool constantly relied on Alisson Becker having world class performance after world class performance. And you look at it on 1v1s. Alisson got beat 3 times tonight. Luckily, of course, the post was there for, I think, I can't remember his name, but the Manchester United left winger that hit the post. He was unlucky, wasn't he? And again, we're awfully relying on this. Why? Like, I don't get it. It's so frustrating. And do you know what? I'm just infuriated. I'm infuriated. It was all shit tonight. Joe Gomez, I don't think you can argue. I know people were going about the second goal, Marcus Rashford, and the offside decision. For me, it did look a bit offside. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to argue against it, though, because look, Manchester United deserved it. Liverpool were absolute dog shit tonight. And to be fair, I think it deserves an in-betweeners clip as well.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
I've always got it safe, guys. I've always got it safe for you guys. But again, we'll talk a little bit more as well. Naby is gone. Yeah, Naby apparently it's meant to be a bad injury, supposedly. Bad. Again, I don't get it. I don't get it. I think I listened to Jurgen just now, and he said that they have to assess the injury. I think people are already suspecting that it's a bad injury. What could it be? Again, it's so frustrating. Not a problem, he says. John, thank you, John, for that as well. Van Dijk is at fault for the first goal. Yep, 100%. I think Trent as well is at fault for not closing down that left-hand side. Too lackadaisical again all the time. It's frustrating. James Milner was unbearably awful. All the team was. Jordan Henderson as well. I don't get why Jordan Henderson is constantly, screaming at Luis Diaz. I don't get that. Luis Diaz is having 10 times the performance of Jordan Henderson, and Hendo is just arguing with Luis Diaz all the time in that first half, particularly, where Hendo's not. He's meant to be in that 6 role. He was he was more forward than James Milner and Harvey Elliott combined in that first half. You're meant to be a 6. You're meant to be sitting back and helping the 2 in front of you. And instead, you're the one that's in front. Like, what are you doing? That's tactically not good. And I just don't get it. And I don't get why Hendo is, screaming and shouting at Luis Diaz, which for me, him, Carvalho, Elliott, they're the only ones that can put their heads up. Only ones that can put their heads up. And that's it for me. All the rest were utter shite as well. But let me get all of your comments anyway. Where we buy. Says that all Elliott's been our best player so far this season. I would agree, 100%. Zane says, have you been to Brighton? No, I haven't. I think that got questioned yesterday. Luckily, we had Alisson, could have been 4 or 5. I agree. Absolutely agree. I love Virgil van Dijk, but sorry, he was shit tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Elanga, it was. Thank you, Doug, for that. 4 likes needed for 10 likes. Yeah, guys, if you could, please like, share, and subscribe. Very much appreciated. As always, I wanted to do a video tonight, but I did think I would go off, get off. And again, it's rare for me to do this. It's rare for me to have a rant. As you guys know, I'm very cool, calm, and collected, these types of things. But again, for me, it is just shocking. It is shocking from what we saw tonight. And the worst thing about it for me personally, and the big worry for tonight, was there was no fight. There was no, bounce back. We've normally seen a Liverpool team that, if we, concede, we'll go at him straight away, we'll go for the jugular, and so on. But there was no fight, there was no spirit in this Liverpool team, and it has me worried. It does have me worried. And I said this on Twitter. It does remind me of early Borussia Dortmund, 2014, 2015, where it all went downhill for Dortmund in that season. And again, it awfully reminds me of it. Just the lack of intensity, the lack of, we speak about intensity. Of course, Pep Linder's new book. There was definite lack of intensity for this Liverpool team tonight. But just the lack of spirit and the lack of fight. It's like this Liverpool side have given up, and I'm like, it's very rare for a Jurgen Klopp Liverpool team to do this, and it's not just one game, it's not just two games, it's 3 games now we're into the season, and we're just showing a lack of fight. And I mentioned this a couple of nights ago on, I think it was on the 1892 Reds podcast. I think I even mentioned it on this channel as well, talking about, the preview itself. Liverpool, for me, have a major psychological problem at the moment. Could that be the Champions League last year? Could it be the fact that we tried to do that comeback last year, 50 points out of 54? Did it take it out of us completely and we've come back now too quickly? You don't know. But I do think there is something majorly wrong with Liverpool at the moment psychologically. I could be completely wrong. I could be completely off the ball here, but I just feel something's wrong mentally with this team at the moment. And we always speak about mentality monsters, and this team is. We are mentality monsters normally, but it just feels something's wrong at the moment. And hopefully Jurgen Klopp can get it sorted out very quickly as well. I want to do a review. I want to read up to them. Did I read that one out? Yeah, I did read that one out as well. Was it the lineup or individual midfield and defenders making mistakes? For me, it was just lineup. I think individual mistakes. Trent, Virgil for the first goal for me personally, and then it was just the midfield, the choice, the fact that Liverpool, we've spoken about it without Thiago. Like, Liverpool massively missed Thiago Alcantara in the midfield, but the midfield of Jordan Henderson, James Milner doesn't go. It doesn't go. Plain and simple. It's just sad, isn't it? It is sad. Luis Diaz never went forward, Connor. Every time he got the ball, he went backwards. But he tried. That's the thing for me. He tried. He had that fighting spirit throughout the game, and that's the thing that I don't think many players had tonight. I don't think people had a fighting spirit in them. I don't. And I think Luis Diaz, Harvey Elliott, Fabio Carvalho, I think they were the only players that did, being perfectly honest. John, I ranted earlier on as well. Where do we go from here? Phil, I don't know. I generally don't know. Next week now against Bournemouth. Obviously, that's a must-win. Imagine if we don't win that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Also, I lost my voice in a bad way after that shambles. Yeah, it's not the best, is it? But yeah, where do we go from here? Again, 10 days left in the transfer window. Liverpool need midfielder. I do not care. Liverpool need a midfielder. Don't care if it's not Jude Bellingham. I don't care if it's not Nico Barella. Liverpool need a midfielder, and we've surely got a list of 5 to 10 players that Liverpool want or would like, and we have to act now. We have to. I'm sorry, we can't go into next week, even on deadline day, as well, and going, oh, okay, this is the squad that we're going to have. We are currently struggling with the likes of Jordan Henderson, James Milner in our midfield. We're struggling. And the fact that, Harvey Elliott, for me, and I think plenty of you guys have mentioned in the chat as well, for me, has been the best player this season for Liverpool in a midfield aspect of things. And Klopp needs help. He needs help. And like he spoke about it, I think even in the Sky press conference, he's worried. He said he was worried at Liverpool's problems at the moment. And that's the thing for me that's worrying as well. If Jurgen is worried, then help him, please, because it's terrible the fact that you've got our manager coming out and going, yeah, I'm worried about Liverpool at the moment. We're worried at where we are and what's them. So something needs to change. And when you look at it, apart from Fabio Carvalho this year, the last recruitments into Liverpool's midfield was Thiago in 2020, and then I think even going back to then, obviously Harvey Elliott coming in as well earlier in that as well. But you look at it, the proper investment was Naby back in what 2018. On that, like Liverpool need investment in this midfield. And look, I absolutely get Jude Bellingham out of the question, 100 million plus, unbelievable pricing, not going to happen this season. But like I said, there has to be someone out there. There has to be someone that we've looked at that's in the right value that Liverpool think they can take a gamble on, and that would work right here, right now. End of. For me, anyway. But yeah, that's where I think we go in from now. Anyway, but normally when your Liverpool has a very bad result, your Klopp and his players go on a winning run. I'm sure of it, and hopefully that's the case, Diego. And hopefully, of course, hopefully Palace do fantastic as well. As well, I think they, did well this weekend as well. But yeah, again, I hope so. I hope so. Now that Liverpool just kick on now and just go from from 0 to 100. From now on until the rest of the Premier League, because now we're not even talking about the title. We only even spoke about the title in this video. The title's gone. Um, and that's just me, emotionally reacting. Is it gone? Probably not. But I just think that again, it's just shite at the moment. It is absolutely shite at the present moment in time, and hopefully we can bounce back from it. Alisson, Elliott, Diaz, and Salah look like the only ones who give a shit. Yeah, I would agree, 100%. For me, Diaz and Elliott were the only players to do well. As well as John Backs, Connor Klopp needs to wait to make his move now. As well, Chris saying Bournemouth are above us as well. Big up Ravi as well. I don't see FSG giving him the money, mate. They have to. Klopp's, and this does scream out. Remember in the January window when we were, obviously we're struggling in that, and Klopp, shouted out, I want a defender, and that. This is the same thing. I have a strong feeling this is the same thing. And again, I'm worried. I am really, really worried at the moment as well. I don't see FSG giving us the money, mate, as well. Naby's gone, as Gary. I would definitely drop Robbo and Trent until they get better. They have been poor since since the end. Since the end of last season, as well, there's no chance of that at the minute, mate. Especially Trent, as well. Diego, thinking of you, mate. Sorry to hear about your dad. Put hearts in the chat as well for Diego's dad. But sorry for that, Diego, as well. Mate, my thoughts are with you and your family at the minute. Knowing Bobby can't run like he used to, I would have played him as a 10 and Carvalho as the 9. But Ravi, I think we'd end up in the same position, mate. I genuinely think we would be in the same position. For me, tonight, I would have gone 4-2-3-1 and just tried. And just tried something different. Just tried. Put Salah up top and just running behind. And that's all you could do. But yeah, I don't know what else you could have done tonight. Jude might not be the answer anyway. I would rather they go and spend 70-80 million on 2 players now for some fresh leg as well. Panov as well as Gauss as well. Saying, yeah, I think I've seen you on a couple of other people's channels as well. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. I think you're new around here as well. So thank you very much for that, my friend. Anyway, could argue we need 2 midfielders as well. Yeah, I would agree. 100%, 1,000% at this point. To be honest with you guys, we're gonna be getting nowhere near City with our midfield. Hello, Jack. Hopefully on a fantastic day, my friend. Yeah, lads, we're not even getting anywhere near top 4 at this rate. Looks like Arsenal's going to be City's biggest competitor this season at the moment. Anyway, but yeah, I would agree. And look, guys, I 1,000% agree with every single one of it. Liverpool need at least 1 midfielder, let alone I agree with you a lot. I think we need 2. We need 2 midfielders, and yeah, and especially if this Naby injury is bad now, or bad. Yeah, for me, get another midfielder, and there has to be another midfielder coming into Liverpool Football Club before the end of the season. Plain and simple. At the end of the day, Costas would be a better option for Robbo as well, 100%. Absolutely, hearts emojis well for Diego as well. Of course, guys, leave the heart spam in the chat. Hope you're okay, mate. You never walk alone as well. 1,000% there. Piss poor. More worrying for me is lack of desire and fight. Yeah, Dave, I said the same thing. And hello, hopefully on a fantastic day, my friend. Apart from obviously the shit as well, but yeah, I would agree. The lack of intensity and the lack of fight is a big worry. I said this on Twitter. For me, the, the signs are already there. If you remember when you cast your mind back to Borussia Dortmund in 2014-15, when they went on the downward spiral, and this completely reminds me of that, where there's no fight, there's the lack of desire from the Liverpool team. And we've spoken about these mentality monsters that have been here and done it over the last 5-6 years, and I genuinely think it may have caught up to us. I genuinely thought it may have caught up to us, and I don't know. I genuinely do not know. I think the most of them have down tools because they are pissed because Salah got a massive wage rise. I doubt that, but again, that it would answer something, I guess. Sorry to hear, Diego, mate. We are all here for you as well. Yep, 100%. I agree, Chris, as well. Ravi says, big up, Diego. Hope you're okay as well. Gary says it was like they had no idea. Get Barella in ASAP. Yeah, it's 100%. That High Jordan as well. Yes, that all we're happy with the bloody dinner plate shield as well. Yeah, it's the curse of the community shield. Question: why is Klopp being too loyal to certain players? I don't know. And again, it might be just because he can't bring in the players that he maybe wants. I don't know. I generally don't know. The players like Ox, Naby as well. You know what? I'm a Naby lover. I love Naby Keita, but again, for him to be injured again, um, especially because on Saturday the training photos come out and he was fine, and then Jurgen comes out with something today saying, "Oh yeah, he's injured. We're gonna have to have a look. We're gonna have to assess him tomorrow. It looks not good." Like what's happening? Like what are we doing? Like it's yeah. So I don't know. With that, Skulls is in as well. Hello, Skulls. I said I don't mind getting beat. I'll happily watch us lose every game as long as we give 100%. We just look like we don't care. No excuses for laziness. 1,000% agree with you on that, Skulls as well. How are you feeling today? Shite. Shite. That's the honest answer. Anyway, everyone, thank you very much as well, Diego. Big up, mate. Hopefully, of course, and as well, DMs are always open, my friends, as well over on Twitter. So, of course, my thoughts are with you as well. Of course, everyone in the chat as well is down below as well, even though we have lost and got battered. No, I'm kidding. But of course, our thoughts are with you and your family right now. Said it when he went, Marnie is a huge loss. Yeah, I would agree. Well, I think it's more the fact though that a midfielder is needed. I don't think it's actually no, scrap that. The one person I think is needed for this, Diogo Jota. I think Jota is massively missed, and people don't realize it yet. I thought this during the game, and I think if Jota was about, Liverpool, number 9 problems would be okay. And yeah, we miss Mane, of course, 1,000%. But I think again, Diogo Jota is a huge miss as well, personally. Anyway, Naby Lad needs to go, mate. Yeah, I think so as well. At this point, I'm not even confident versus Bournemouth. Me neither. Me neither. The Keita injury is weird. Something's not right. Something's being put together. Yeah, I don't know, to be awfully honest with you anyway. But guys, we are going to leave it there for tonight as well anyway. I've had a little bit of a rant. For me, look, Manchester United deserved the win. Don't get me wrong. They did. We were shite. We made them look 10 times better than what they was. We made them look like prime Barcelona at times as well. But look, we need to massively improve. There's something not right with this Liverpool team. The mentality is not right. and just something needs to be sorted out before next week against Bournemouth, of course. Tomorrow, guys, we will be live at 9 o'clock with more of a deep dive of this game. Hopefully, I'll have a couple of people on a show anyway. And guys, if you want to come on as well, then please do let me know. Let me DM me, and of course, I'll try and get a couple of you on as well. And big thank you to everyone as well in the chat as well, and also as well, if anyone is watching on the repeat or even right now, please leave a heart spam as well. Of course, for Diego, we've already mentioned it, but again, please let him know that we are here right now with him, as well as big up mate, brilliant stream. Chris says, agree Connor, I said we missed Jota and to people work earlier. Yeah, Jota is a huge miss for me. I think Jota is huge. Only I can make that dirty look good. Raging as well. Yeah, guys, it's been a horrible night again, but hopefully we'll talk a little bit more. Out of like a rage movement, we'll look at it more, thoughtfully than maybe tomorrow. Anyway, but big thank you to all of you guys as well. If you're new around here viewing us for the first time, then please feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe as well. And big up to all of you guys as well in the chat as well. And thank you very much for the support. And thank you to listening to me rage as well. But not rage, rather rant, because I've been absolutely fuming tonight anyway. But guys, please stay safe, please stay well anyway. Hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow at 9 o'clock for a more deep dive into this loss against Manchester United anyway. But guys, please stay safe, please stay well. I've been Connor from the Cup Council. See you all then. Ta-ra.